Right now on Talk Stoop, we're getting caught up on the latest buzz from Broadway. Hey guys, I'm Nessa and you're watching Talk Stoop. Nothing beats a night at the theater. The experience is magical, and it's that magic that pulled Victor Garber from a hit TV series back to the Great White Way and a starring role in Hello, Dolly. Welcome back to Broadway, Victor.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy. Yeah, I didn't realize how much I missed it.
Hello, Dolly.
Hello, Dolly.
How incredible does this feel?
Honestly, it's like a gift. I'm playing opposite Bernadette Peters, who is a goddess and the most talented woman around, and we're having the time of our lives.
And I read up that you were nervous to sing again, but you've been singing your whole life.
This would be a therapy session we don't have time for.
Really?
Yeah,
why?
No, just the first two performances, I experienced that kind of terror before I went on stage that I hadn't felt for a minute, because I haven't been in the theater for like 8 years, I think was the last play I did. So I was very, very scared, and I thought, if this keeps up, I'm going to have to get out of this. I can't. It was so scary. And then I started remembering that I'm okay and I know how to do this, and I've done this my whole life.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, why am I putting myself through this? And now I can't wait to get to the theater.
And here you are singing like it's nothing again.
Thank
and
you.
I was so curious. I was like, maybe he's singing in the shower. Maybe that's what helped him break this.
By the way, I worry about my neighbors because my vocal workouts are unpleasant, and I know that they can hear me. I know, and everyone's being very kind in my building. So you know. And
it's such an iconic musical, and so to be a part of it. And Bernadette Peters, and
you know, that's the thing about Bernadette. She's sublime. I've watched her my whole life on stage, and now here I am across from her, and every night I see her working and finding something different, and I'm so inspired by that. You know, I'm a student still.
I love it. But I feel that's the most important part in life. The minute you stop being a student, I feel like it's the beginning of the end.
I'm with you, and you're young. And you feel that way. But by the way, you're right. I mean, if we stop trying or learning, Bernadette loves details.
Yeah. I love when people pay attention to details. It makes the world of a difference.
Yeah.
You know what? I was actually watching a previous interview where I think you were talking about how James Cameron during Titanic was so particular about details as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
He would yell at you for saying boat instead of ship.
Boy, you have done your homework. Wow.
Well, I mean, come on. Also, Titanic is one of my faves. Like, let me just.
Well, you're not alone there.
Yeah.
It's one of my faves too. James Cameron is an artist. You know, I was so aware that he knew more about everything on that set than anybody. You know, from lights to props to, the details, and so I had a great time on that movie.
Would you want to see a remake of Titanic?
No.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, 100%.
I don't think it's going to get much better, you know?
No.
It'll be different, but...
We don't want different. We want great. It's already great as is.
People seem to be happy with it.
Are you kidding? Look at me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still like, oh my gosh, Jack! Like, it's still in me every day of my life. It's crazy.
Yes.
What do you love more, film or Broadway?
You know, that's like saying, what's your favorite food? I don't have one. I love it all. But by the time I finished Legends of Tomorrow, which was a fantastic experience and something I never thought I'd be doing, playing a superhero.
You have a big fan base, by the way. You know they're upset that you left.
I'm so grateful that I was able to do it. And I love the fans because I've been doing those autograph things, and that's thrilling to meet those kids. But the point is, I didn't know what I was going to do when I left Legends of Tomorrow. I didn't know. And then out of the blue, this came. And I thought, well, thank you.
Well, perfect timing.
Yeah, I'll do it.
How did you get to this point? How did you realize, wow, just enjoy it?
You know, I'm old now, and I figured it's taken me this long to get to this point where I'm just trying to be in the moment and appreciate, you know. And it's sort of it's one of those phrases that I hate. People say, just be in the moment. I'm like, shut up, shut up. But in fact,
it really is.
That's
you are in the
that's
moment.
all we have.
What else do you want to accomplish? I feel like you've done it all. You're such in a great place.
You know, it to continue doing it. I just want to do it. I want challenging, great roles. You know, as I say, anything John Lithgow turns down, I'd like to do.
That's so great.
You can't do everything.
I mean, come on,
Yeah,
pass
it's
a
got
roll
to
down.
be
What's
some
going
hand-me-downs
on?
for me.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much for
I love being
sharing your energy
well,
with us.
it's just a lovely way to start my day.
Yay!
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
And the
of
coffee's
course.
good.
Hello, yum.
I recommend it.
Up next, 3-time Tony Award nominee Condola Rashad talks about her role in a major new production.
Accommodations for Talk Stoop are furnished by 135 West 52nd. These exclusive private condominiums feature 1 to 4 bedroom residences, duplexes, and triplex penthouses. Luxurious finishes and amenities await in this 12,000 square foot private lounge, ideal for relaxing and entertaining alike. Recharge in the 75-foot long custom mosaic tiled pool, this is elevated living at its finest. Available for immediate occupancy. To learn more, visit 135west52nd.com.
Condola Rashad is back on Broadway. She's transforming herself into fierce female Joan of Arc in the new show, St. Joan. Okay, so I don't want to mess up your name. Condola Rashad.
You didn't mess it up. You got it.
Okay, so I'm sure people mess it up all the time.
I would say like 95% of people mess it up, and you didn't.
How are they saying it?
Condola. Condola. It's like
Condola.
yeah, you got it though.
And you made some time for us. I know you're so busy on Broadway. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
St. Joan, you're going to be playing Joan of Arc.
Yeah.
Such a historic storyline and the character. So how did you get ready for this role?
The biggest part of my process so far was I basically put the play aside. And I sat down for about a month and I went about my work as a historian. And I literally just went through it. What happened? Who said what? How did this go down? What do we know? What don't we know? What are the facts? And I was blown away. Like, people know about Joan of Arc. Like,
right.
We know the basic story. Okay, she fought for the French. She says she heard from God and they burned her at the stake. Like, people know what happened. We don't know. Most people don't realize how much of her actual words we have, how much of the actual words from the trial we have. The trial's all there. Everything is there. Wow. And so for me, it became about, in a way, representing history in a sense that I feel like has been put under the rug a little bit. And I'm excited to tell this story. Mm-hmm. I think it's such a beautiful time to tell a story about a woman who, in spite of everything, did not need permission from any person, did not need permission from any institution to have a connection to her purpose. And that's what
How powerful is that?
Was.
Especially during these times, but to see this story and to know, wow, that this has been going on since the beginning of time. Mm-hmm. Having a purpose, doing what you have to do to stick to that purpose. Mm-hmm. It's not easy when you have a calling and everybody's against you and you got to stick to it.
Mm-hmm. And she did. And she
paid the ultimate price.
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
She never lost heart. She never lost faith. She never lost courage.
How much of this are you going to take in your own life?
Oh, this is already transforming the way that I live my life every single day. And so I'm so grateful for it. One, as an actor, but really as a human, as a person. It has been such a gift, so I cannot wait to give that gift back out and tell that to whoever is wanting to hear it, and hopefully her story will affect them the way that it has affected me.
And how did you feel, I mean, for me, seeing some of the comments that hurt my feelings, because I can only imagine for you, someone who takes such pride in your art, when there were people who were upset that they casted an African-American woman, and they were so upset. I was reading some of the comments.
They were
very hurtful.
Ignorance.
Yeah.
And so for me, again, I could get mad, I could get defensive, but when I realized, like, oh, these people are afraid of me.
Talk about it.
These people are afraid of me. I'm not afraid of them. Mm-hmm. They really don't need to fear me either, but their ignorance.
Right.
The only thing they have to fear is their own ignorance. Mm-hmm. That's what's bringing them down.
Yeah. You talked about how the theater is your home.
Yeah.
And you've been nominated for 3 Tonys. This is crazy. What makes you, keep going back to the stage?
I always come back to the stage. It's just something that I was exposed to at a very young age, and so it lives in my heart in a certain way. There's no comparison to what you get as an actor when you are there in front of a live audience, and the exchange of energy between the two entities. To me, there's something ritualistic about it. You know, you're invoking these stories, and it's happening. It's happening in real time.
Do you get nervous when your mom comes to see you?
I'm not so nervous anymore. I used to be nervous, but now it's like I know my mom is always there to support me, and we have such a loving relationship, both personally and artistically. You know, she's told me that she gets nervous when I come see her. And I'm
oh,
like,
stop!
What?
No, she didn't.
She did tell me.
What about what?
She was joking. She was like half joking, but I was like, that's crazy.
This is crazy.
That's crazy. But I'm not so nervous when my mother's there because I just know that I can feel her energy supporting me.
Does your mom kind of give you your space? And
she
your
gives me my
family?
space, and I feel like she doesn't really need to critique me in the sense where because everything that she taught me by doing it herself.
Didn't you go down there to Baltimore and have big fun, Vanessa? Tell me, didn't you go for big fun?
Mom.
Shut up!
I read up, and I don't know how 100% it is, but you didn't grow up watching The Cosby Show.
No, I didn't. Why? My mother was standing in the kitchen right there.
She's mom.
Yeah, like I can't deal with this. I can't deal with two moms.
Yeah, that's...
I love my mother, but that's a lot of mom. That's a lot of mom.
Did she carry her role back home?
Not that one. In her theater productions, like sometimes me and my sister would be like, okay, who's she playing now? Because something's going on. Like,
How's the planning going for the wedding?
it's good. I mean, we were able to do like the first bit of planning, and I said, you know, I just want to get this part done.
Are you being a bridezilla? Do you even have time to be a bridezilla? Yes.
I forget what it was. We were talking about the flowers or something, and so I got overwhelmed, and he was like, it's okay, like, you know, flowers are flowers, but it's gonna be about the people that make our wedding. And I don't remember this, but apparently I was like, oh no. I am not undercutting the flower arrangements. Yeah. And he was like, okay, got it.
Not the flowers.
I don't know where that came from.
I appreciate you so much for stopping by. I'm excited to
thank
see
you
you
for having
perform
me.
your art on stage. I don't think there's anyone who could have done it better. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you so much. This has been really fun.
More to come on Talk Stoop as we catch up with Broadway's brightest. Up next, Phantom composer Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Talk Stoop is sponsored in part by the Tribeca Film Festival, running through April 29th. Don't miss all the action. Get your tickets now at tribecafilm.com. Tribeca forward.
Welcome back. We can't talk about Broadway without talking about Andrew Lloyd Webber. You want to talk about hits? He's behind Cats, Phantom of the Opera, School of Rock, Jesus Christ Superstar, and its latest revival right here on NBC. All the way from London, we were able just to have you for a few minutes. Andrew Lloyd Webber, thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for asking me.
Of course. Okay, so now Jesus Christ Superstar, what made you want to revive it?
Well, it was an offer from NBC I couldn't refuse. I mean, to do it as a great rock concert, very staged rock concert, I may say, thrilling designs and everything. It was just a gift, so we said yes.
And it was so groundbreaking in the 70s, and I was actually talking to Alice Cooper, and he's so excited, and it's just the energy behind it.
Well,
How was it working
we
with
have a
Alice
great
Cooper?
cast. We've obviously got Don Legend, Sarah Bareilles as Mary Magdalene, and she is a revelation to me. She's really, really wonderful.
What's the difference, in your opinion, between this one and the older version?
Well, the original Broadway version was very, very different. And this is really taking it back to its rock roots. Jesus Christ Superstar always worked best when it was closer to a rock concert than being shoehorned into a theatre.
Yes.
Because it was a rock album to start with. And that's where it began all those years ago. It was the first show, I think first British musical ever to open on Broadway first. But I always thought that its real home was in arenas and as a kind of stage concert. And this is more than a concert, much, much more than a concert. And also, I can say, although I can watch it from afar, I've had a little to do with it, but it's great to be able to stand back and see nearly 50 years later something one wrote being done in this way and know that you've got great people doing it and I don't have to worry too much.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me about the NBC special.
Well, I guess maybe it's because of my advanced age, but there is a very exciting documentary about my work. And it's exciting for me because I'm in conversation with three people I very much admire. Glenn Close, who of course starred in Sunset Boulevard for me and is a dear friend from one end of the spectrum. Then at the other end of the spectrum, I've got John Legend, who we have a chat with, but got obviously a lot about Superstar. And I hope it'd be quite interesting for people because we actually do talk about musicals, and it's quite clear that we both love them.
And you've won multiple awards, from Grammys to Academy Award, a Golden Globe. Which one would you say was the hardest one to achieve or the most memorable one?
Yeah, the thing about awards is they're great if they happen, but you don't really write and think about, when you're writing, you don't think about awards. So I never really take too much in. I guess it was very exciting to win the Oscar for the new song that I wrote for Evita. But if you spent your life worrying about awards, you'd never write anything which was interesting. On
your playlist right now, what's on it?
What do you mean, music-wise?
Yeah.
Well, there are all sorts of things. Do you know what I'm playing at the moment? And you're not going to know what I'm talking about unless...
That's fine.
But you could say you do, in which case you will be so ahead of the curve, it's not possible. I'm just listening to the new album of A.R. Rahman, the great Bollywood composer, who's absolutely outstanding. And it's the complete antithesis of hip-hop, because I love hip-hop. I did listen to the new Drake album, actually. but I love everything, you see. I mean, if you went and you looked at my Spotify playlist for today, you'd say, this is the work of a madman. I mean, somebody should do that. They should do a Through the Keyhole on Spotify playlists.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't work out my one at all. Because also in there is the Prokofiev 7th Piano Sonata. So I've got A.R. Rahman, Drake, and the Prokofiev 7th Piano Sonata. So that answers your question.
Yes, that's like the perfect, that is perfect. Would you ever work with Drake?
I'm very interested to, actually. I think he's very talented. I mean, there's a lot going on. I mean, hip-hop is obviously very, very different to what I do, because I do melody, really. Right. But there's a lot that goes on with the language and the rhyme and the rhythm there that appeals to me, although I never could do it.
Right. That's okay. We can't do anything that you do ever.
I mean, I'm in the end, I'm a musical dramatist who uses melody, and I think very differently. But I do see exactly why hip hop works. It works so brilliantly for Hamilton, for example. And it's great. It's very, very good for telling a story very quickly.
Well, this has been incredible to sit here. I'm actually a radio DJ, so I appreciate music differently, and anyone that's gifted in that world, I appreciate so much.
Well, thank you.
From a legend to a Broadway newbie, we're catching up with Kandi Burruss. Welcome back to Talk Stoop. You might know Kandi Burruss from her music career or from The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Well, now Kandi can add Broadway to her long list of accomplishments. Kandi, you made it. Thank you so much for hanging out on the stoop.
Yes, I said, okay.
Let's go. I didn't know how we were going to get you away from your busy schedule. I know you're doing your thing on Broadway.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Congratulations, that's huge.
Thank you, it is. For me, it's like a dream come true. Right. I've always wanted to do it. And so I'm like, finally, I have the opportunity to be on Broadway. Oh my God.
Okay, so you play Mama Morton.
Yes, I play Mama Morton on Chicago. And I really love the whole Chicago, I call them a family because they're more like a family. This is like, I think the second longest running show on Broadway. 21 years.
That's crazy.
21 years. I'm like, to be able to come in amongst a group of people where a lot of the people have been here a long time.
Right.
And I'm not just talking about the people on stage. I'm talking about people behind the scenes there as well. They're really been there for a long time.
Right. And people who've actually gone to watch it, right? Because people like to go and watch different shows over and over when there's different casts.
Yeah.
So it's there might be a little bit of pressure. Did you feel that playing Mama Morton? And
For sure. It's so crazy when you see one person play a particular role and then somebody else comes in and play it and their whole take on it is different. But I think I give Mama Morton some justice, I do a little something.
Yeah. Okay, so a little bit about Mama Morton. She is the warden, sexy, fun, fierce.
Yes, you already know the show.
Hey now.
Yes.
So do you feel that you see anything from your personal life. And Mama Morton at all?
Well, I feel like Mama Morton is a very take charge woman.
Right.
And I feel like I'm a take charge woman.
Okay. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta because it's been a decade, right?
Yes.
That you've been doing this.
The show has been going for 10 seasons and I've been on 9 of the 10 seasons.
A lot of times people leave and then they come back. Do you see yourself wanting to leave and maybe coming back, or do you like how things are right now?
As long as I can juggle everything, I will juggle everything.
Right.
You know, I mean,
That's the businesswoman in you, right?
If I can make it work, I'm going to make it work. I mean, some people are like, oh, I do reality TV, but let's be honest. People are truly invested in the show a lot of times. That's the way you know what all of us are doing a majority of the time. You've been watching it on the show. You see our kids grow up on the show.
A lot of times people are like, yeah, Kandi, I know her from TV. I'm like, fam, Kandi's been doing this for such a long time. Can we talk about the talent?
Thank you.
And the amazing career that she had long before this happened.
You're right. And so many people that have come to see me in Chicago were like, I didn't even know you could sing like that.
This is so crazy.
And so for me, it's like, okay, well, they didn't really know about Escape. That's the cool part about being a part of the show is like you get a just wide spectrum of people who want to know more about you, you know?
Now, I remember reading up about maybe there were people wanting you to work with Escape and make more music, and you're just like, no, you know, I'm not going to create new music. And I don't think people understood really why you said that. I think it just turned into an automatic internet click, like, oh, Kandi doesn't want to make new music with Escape.
I think a lot of people wanted to come to the shows for the music they know and love.
I agree.
You know, our group, we've had all platinum albums. We never had a flop album. And so 20 years later, we've come back together to do the tour. But I had already told them that I didn't want to do new music. So they already knew it. It wasn't like it was anything negative going on between us. To me, I felt like we got back on stage for our fans. And I'm appreciative of the accomplishments of my past, but I don't get too caught up in the hype of my past. My cousin told me one time, she said, used to be's don't make no honey, so don't nobody care what you used to be.
I really like that.
So it's like, I don't get caught up in, oh yeah, I used to do this with my group, or I used to do that, even though it's like, yeah, I do have a large fan base because of those things. But as soon as, you know, we're in a microwave society. People are on like, what's happening right now? What you doing tomorrow? Nobody really cares about what you did back then unless you have something going on today.
Right.
That's why I'm already making plans for my next move.
Oh, tell us something. What else is going on that you can't tell us? Is it not? Are the papers aren't signed yet?
Yeah, I gotta wait till the ink dries and some of that stuff. You know, I can tell you
can't
soon.
jinx that. Yeah.
I can tell you soon though.
Do you ever look at yourself in the memes online? Because everybody uses your facial expressions.
I'm a constant meme. I'm a constant meme. I mean, my facial expressions are crazy. I know that. So it's like, whatever. I think it's funny. So.
Do you ever send out your own memes out to your friends? Like, this is how I feel right now?
No, but they're always sending them to me. As if I don't know what I look like.
Congratulations on Chicago and doing your debut on Broadway. This is amazing. This is such an incredible journey. So thank you so much, Kandi.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right, you have your homework. Go and catch a Broadway show. Maybe you want to go see Chicago or Hello Dolly, maybe St. Joan. Personally, I love Wicked, Hamilton, Lion King, every single one. But yeah, go ahead and take somebody out on a nice date. Go to Broadway and I'll meet you there.